Hi, and welcome to my channel, Brits Tips. I really appreciate you being here and thank you for pressing play on my video. So in this video today, I'm going to be sharing a few parenting hacks on some time management, or rather some things that you can do to manage your time better with children. Just a few hacks, just a few things that I do that I find really helpful. But before I dive into that, I just want to share that I also have a blog. And please feel free to follow it. It's called bendorblend.com, BEND or BLEND.com. So on that platform is where you're getting just content from me that's written. For those of you that don't know, I don't know if I've shared it yet, but writing is really truly my passion. I love to write. I was created to write. I know that for sure, that a part of God's purpose of placing me here is that. So there's a lot that's going on with that as well. But I say that to say, in the realm of writing, I have a blog that's coming out. It's not even out yet, but basically it's all about my journey to writing more, right? So in it, I'm talking about these time management skills. It's a very interesting read, but when it's said and done, and what I want to share with you that's listening to me right now is just simply that I really realized that in my life, this is just for me, Brittany, a part of why I wasn't writing as much as I should have been is because I actually didn't have the time. Like, you know how people say in a cliche way, like, oh, if you want something, you'll make the time. That is true, right? But you first have to have the perspective as to what you're even doing with your time. So I say that to say, I'm a mother, I'm a wife. I have two little children, two babies basically, that I'm with all day long. So for me, I'm like, man, I wake up, let's say I was waking up at 7 o'clock, let's say. And by the time my kids are going to bed, it's, well, 7. 7 is when my 2-year-old goes to bed. But then the infant, the 2-month-old, isn't even on a schedule. So in my blog post, I talk about how I had to sit back and think about what I needed. And what I did need personally was actually more time. So you know what I did? I'm a morning person. Let me just say that. I can wake up early. It's not a problem for me. And it's not like I don't need sleep either, but I can just function. My brain just flows. I can just produce fruit typically way easier in the morning. I know some people are night people, so it's whatever works for you. But I just have a personal tip that I would scream from here to the mountains. I wake up at 5 o'clock every single day, at 5 o'clock. And I know some people probably are going to like turn this video off when they hear me say that. But I am so serious. I wake up at 5 o'clock. And the reason why I do that is because I'm eliciting myself to have just a second, a little bit more time. I say in the blog, and I'm going to say it here, by the time you wake up in the morning, right? So if you open your eyeballs at 5, I don't exactly roll out the bed at 5. It takes me a second to just wake up. And sometimes I am tired. I also talk about that in my blog. Sometimes I am really sleepy, but sometimes you got to push through for what you want. I'm over here able to even produce this content. I have 2 little kids I'm with all day. I cook, I clean, I run, I have a blog. There's a lot that I do with my life. And I have a spouse, I have parents, I have responsibilities like we all do. I'm sure everyone can fill in the blanks as far as what they have to do. My point is just that I really needed more time and I had to make it. So yeah, I get up at 5. Like I was saying, by the time I wash my face, drink water, pray, by that time, it's maybe an hour has passed. So if my kids are up at 7, I wake up at 5, I take an hour to just slap my hair together, slap some clothes on. I barely wear makeup. I don't do much extravagantly for myself. I just put myself together so I look half decent, feel like a decent person. And yeah, sometimes it could be already 6 o'clock in the day. So I say that to say that leaves me about an hour worth of time for me time. So that's just a personal hack I'm throwing out there. I'm going to share more in this video. I actually have just 3 main time management hacks that I believe strongly will change your life. But this right here, what I'm just stating to you, waking up earlier, Waking up earlier. Fight through your tiredness. If you want to produce more fruit in your life, you have to make the time to do so. That is true. So I have found that waking up earlier literally changes my life. It makes me feel differently about my life. I can spend my me time, for me, maybe it's a little more than an hour and a half, focusing on what I need to. So you're not me and I'm not you, but whatever it is that is important to you, bigger picture, whatever God has actually called you to do, that you got to figure that out if you don't know that. But what God has called you to do, you need to be doing. So if you're not exercising that muscle, for me, a big part of it is writing. If I'm not writing, I feel mentally, emotionally constipated. I don't feel well. It's just like I don't flow properly when I am not writing. So whatever that is for you, my point is, when you make more time, rather, you need to make the time in your life to do it. And typically it's that thing that you're passionate about. It's that thing that you love doing. It's that thing that you just don't do much for whatever reason. So figure that out. One other quick thing before you see the next slide, which is my actual examples of time management hacks for parents, is that if you are not someone who drinks water, if you don't drink water, hear me, I'm going to shout this to the rooftops. I did not always drink water. That's another huge thing that will change your life. I don't mean one little sip. I get a big old, not a gallon, I'm a little woman, but I drink a massive amount of water in the morning. Probably TMI, but it helps you stay regulated. And it helps for me, my thinking, how I function, your skin. You should be drinking water as an adult. Another adult should not have to tell you this, but I'm going to say it. Drink water and wake up earlier. Those are two massive things that will change your life if you're not doing them. If you don't believe me, just try it for a week. For 1 week of your time, try waking up earlier, even if it's 1 hour, and try drinking more water. See if you don't feel different. Now, on to my 3 time management hacks. I create a weekly menu for my household. It's work. It's a lot of work, but it's extremely helpful for managing our time. I do a food list in relation with that menu, and I get out me and my 2 children's clothes for the week. I do these things on a Sunday, and yes, it's a lot of work, but during the week, it makes things way more seamless. So without further ado, here's what that looks like. Ding. So these are my 2-month-old son's clothes for the week. These are his sterilized and clean pacifiers, and that is his vitamin D drop. I have a little changing station here. This is actually my office, and the reason I'm even showing that is because he comes down here with me when I wake up in the morning time. Like I said, I get up at 5. He comes down here with me. He's usually still sleeping, but I have this stuff here so that when he does wake up, I can just slap him in his clothes for the day and we can start our day. Because like I said, his sister wakes up basically at 7 o'clock. So my day starts. In my opinion, prepping clothes for children and yourself is equivalent to preparing whatever you would need to prepare to go do your 9-to-5 job. You have to be prepared. You have to be ready for the day. So this is a part of how I prepare. So this is Quest's clothes. Next, I'm going to show you mine and Harmony's. So these are my clothes, or rather, this is how I put out my clothes for the upcoming week. Just do Monday through Friday. Give myself a little bit of a break on the weekends. The only real thought process that I have to put into this, or that I put into it, for one, of course, is having the clothes washed. Anyone who washes their own clothes knows that it's a lot of work to have your clothes, just washed every week. But yeah, I just look at the weather and I make sure the clothes are washed. I look at the weather and I pick things according to the weather. Another note I just want to say is I shop at thrift stores. I don't need to be fancy. I'm not trying to impress nobody but my husband, and he's impressed by what he has. Sometimes less is more. I'm running around with kids all day, so I wear stretchy pants and sneakers and beaters most days. That's how I get dressed for the day. But I also buy the children's clothes at thrift stores. You could find a pair of stretchy pants, anything you're looking for, use, unused, whatever you want to do, for $2. I'm not even kidding. You could get things so discounted. So I buy a lot of my stuff, mostly the kids stuff, because they grow so fast, at thrift stores for real inexpensive, and I just wash them. So next you're going to see Harmony's clothes. So these are Harmony's clothes for the week. I just have them out on top of like one of her little dressers. And the only thing differently about Harmony's clothes is that I used a hot glue gun, and I put these two little hooks on the wall. And so you can see I used my label maker, and I wrote, tonight, rather I printed tonight and tomorrow. So these are her clothes for tonight. And that's the clothes that she's going to wear tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Monday. And this is so simple to do. Like, it's not a big deal, but for me, it just saves me so much time. Waking up in the morning, trying to think about the weather, rummage through your kids' clothes to see what they even have available. I'd rather not. I like to try my hardest to keep everyone and keep us on a general schedule. So yeah, I can get her out, change her diapers, slap her clothes on. My husband and I, we take turns with this, and then get right to breakfast and get right to circle time. So yeah, this is what Harmony's clothes look like. This is how I lay out her clothes. And one more time, like I already said it, but her stuff, like a lot of her stuff, as she's growing so fast, is from the thrift store. I don't ever pay more than $5 for anything I get her. Every pair of pants, socks, sneakers, robes, everything you could think of. So that's just a note. It's just a little thing I'm throwing out there. If you have never shopped thrift, just Google thrift stores near me and try it out. It's amazing. Okay, so this is the menu that I was referencing. This is a dry erase board that I purchased off of Amazon. See, I have the markers up there, so it's pretty simple. I'm able to make the menu of the meals for the week. We'll do 2-day meals. So like Monday and Tuesday, we'd have that beef stroggy, Wednesday, Thursday, the next one, then Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so I just write the week up there, and then I have the actual meals that we're gonna have. Right here is our More Family recipe book. I haven't updated it in a little while, but basically all of the recipes of the meals that we eat frequently go in here. It's also categorized by breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then like baked goods. I bake things as well. So I have like some of my grandmother's recipes in there, some of his family's recipes in there, but most of that stuff is from recipes I found online. So yeah, I make the menu every week, right? This is also convenient, goes right in the same premise as, prepping the clothes. If I know what I need to cook, I know what to take out the night before, I know what to pre-season. It's just really helpful rather than scrounging trying to figure what we're going to eat. It also helps with eating healthier when you food prep. So yeah, I make this menu rather, then I put the items that we need for the meals on just on this paper. I write out the different foods that we need to get for me to facilitate these meals. And yeah, that is the menu. And those are the meals. Oh, and also, I food shop every Friday morning when the kids are asleep. Early Friday morning, like 7 o'clock, to just get it out the way for the upcoming week. So this sloppy mess here is the food list. This, pamphlet, or whatever you want to call it. This notebook here, rather, I just categorize, fruit, veggie, grain, dairy, poultry, miscellaneous stuff. And my husband and I just, we slap down the items, what we need for the dinner meals, and then whatever else we may need. And I actually bring this with me to ShopRite and just scratch off the different things that I scratch off as I go, so I know the items that I need. This also helps in the realm of not spending more money than you wanted to, so you can actually kind of budget. So I'm sure you guys hear Quest crying right now, and I have to hop off this video. But this whole thing was to say there are different ways to manage your time. Everyone's life is different. Everyone's responsibilities are different. But I guess I'm just a big time prepper, and I'm just saying that certain things are very helpful for me in my life. So yeah, food prepping for the week, same premise as how I prep the clothes. Certain things just make the day move way more seamlessly. I have the kids all day long. It would be just so difficult to try to do certain things, certain house chores, with them. And these aren't even a lot of, like, the food and the clothes. Those are probably the two most major, I guess, house chores that I do, that take up a lot of my time. But then, there's still a lot more things that need to be done. So I really hope that these tips were helpful for you. And feel free to comment, to reach out to me, ask me questions, give me your own personal thoughts or opinions. And please subscribe. It helps me out. Take care. Bye.